for every one step forward, I swear it feels like we're taking 2 or 3 steps backwards. We have the Department of Justice, or the Justice Department, however you want to phrase it. I think technically it's the DOJ, but you have them looking into Cal, Maine, who is the biggest egg producer in our entire country. We have them looking into them because of the ridiculous price hikes or price gouging or inflation, whatever word seems to fit here, over the last couple months when it comes to the price of eggs that they, of course, blamed on bird flu and whatever other reason. And at the same time we have this happening, you see the prices coming down. They're saying that the price for a dozen eggs is now at about $3 wholesale, which is still way too much. It's about 60% higher now than it was the same time last year. But you're thinking to yourself, all right, well, it's a step in the right direction. The prices are starting to come down. That's great. And then, bam, out of nowhere, not even to mention the tariffs, we have the Keystone Pipeline malfunction or break or rupture yesterday, Tuesday morning, April the 8th, that happened in just around Fargo, North Dakota. Not exactly Fargo, a little higher up. But either way, we need to talk about exactly what this means and the irony of the timing and the location of this occurring. Now, we've talked about the previous issues with the Keystone Pipeline that have happened here on SquirrelTribe. You guys may remember, I believe it was 2022. We talked about the last rupture they had there. Keystone Pipeline, for those of you who don't know, 2,700 miles long. It goes from Alberta, Canada, down into Texas. It's how we get a lot of crude oil from Alberta, Canada, all the way through the U.S. down into Texas. And it is something that produces, how much is it? Almost, let's see if I have the numbers. I believe it is over 2 million gallons. Let's see if I got this right, because I don't want to give you guys the wrong information. 26 million gallons. I knew there was a 2, but I was way off. So the pipeline transported an average of 624,000 barrels, or more than 26 million gallons per day in 2024. Per day, 26 million gallons per day last year. Now, for this issue to have occurred where it did in a town where there's less than 100 people is very interesting to me. Y'all, if you've been here before, you know how my brain works. And my brain looks at everything as a kind of situation. Like, I need more explanation. I need you to prove that this is real. I need you to prove that this isn't something that was manufactured to happen. I need you to prove that this was an accident, because we've seen over the past few years how many things that people wanted to call a conspiracy theory that turned out to be accurate, right? So the fact that we have President Trump and Canada basically butting heads daily over tariffs, over all different kinds of things. And now suddenly there's this pipestone, key lime, come on, y'all, I'm having a moment. It's too early. This Keystone Pipeline, I guess I want key lime pie. I don't know. This Keystone Pipeline issue where it's coming out of Canada and it's going to affect the U.S. immensely right now. Again, the timing is a little weird. It's also interesting to me that when this occurs, they shut down the pipeline, right? This is how this works. They shut down the pipeline. They bring in crews to fix it. It's going to take a little bit of time. Could take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But what happens is for those days, that's 26 million gallons per day that's not moving, right? Now, it's not like we don't have a ton of reserves. This is mostly going to be your diesel and your jet fuel and your stuff like that. Diesel, of course, has to do with our shipments, our supplies, because our trucks use diesel to get from point A to point B. Keep these parts in mind. So when you have the Keystone shut down and you hear that, oh, this could take weeks to fix, we're going to lose 26 million gallons a day, it's going to affect the cost of everything. So right at the time where it seems like the things that President Trump are I never know how I'm supposed to phrase that. It seems the things he is doing are working to our advantage when it comes to pricing right now. You have this occur, and now the prices are going to shoot through the roof. They're going to immediately start charging you more at the gas pump. I can guarantee tomorrow you're going to go out to get gas on, what is tomorrow? Thursday, the April 9th, 10th. Tomorrow's the 10th. I guarantee you'll go out to get gas tomorrow and you're going to notice that the price has jumped up. Even if it's not diesel, even if it's regular unleaded gasoline, whatever, what is it, 89, 91, and 93? I feel like those are the right numbers. Whatever it is, your price is going to go up. If it's diesel, your price is definitely going to go up. But you know what's going to happen? You're going to see the prices in the grocery stores shoot up in the next couple days. Why? Why? It does not happen like that. Just like you can't turn a boat around overnight, the prices should not jump up overnight. And yet they're going to, because we have been conditioned that when we see something like this to panic buy, to run out and get everything that we possibly can because we're so worried about the supply chain because of what transpired during C-19 and the supply chain issues, right? Low supply, high demand. Now, because of this Keystone Pipeline, they're going to tell us that it's going to affect shipping, which it really should not, because we have plenty of crude oil, we have plenty of diesel, we have plenty of jet fuel, we have plenty of gas to sustain us for a good amount of time. This is the future stuff that's coming down the pipeline now. So in theory, we shouldn't be charged until the future, but they're going to hit us very soon with cost of this rupture. So this is what happened. I just want to give you guys a little bit of information here. It says here, the shutdown happened on Tuesday morning after it ruptured. The Keystone Pipeline ruptured in North Dakota, halting the flow of millions of gallons of crude oil from Canada to the refineries in the U.S. and potentially leading to higher gasoline prices. They say potentially, but they know it's going to happen because history repeats itself. The last time there was an issue, same thing happened. Gas prices shot through the roof. You saw the prices increase in the grocery stores. Everything was about, oh, well, here's a chance for us to charge more to make more profit because people are going to be scared because they don't understand how this all works. I didn't understand how it all works. Now, eyes a little more open, it's easier to see. So South Bow, a liquid pipeline business that manages the pipeline, said it shut down the pipeline after control center leak detection systems detected a pressure drop in the system. The spill is confined, this is what's interesting to me, to an agricultural field in a rural area about 60 miles southwest of Fargo. I said north. I was off on the direction. The affected segment has been isolated and operations and containment resources have been mobilized to site. This is according to the company. Our primary focus right now is the safety of on-site personnel and mitigating risk to the environment. Now, this is why I think this is absolutely crazy. They're saying it'll raise prices at the pump within 1 or 2 days, but will have a greater impact on diesel and jet fuel. Again, we already talked about that. It says here that the higher diesel costs could lead to grocery price increases because diesel trucks transport those products. Okay. Again, they're giving you a reason why, although it's not really a good reason, right? The lead petroleum analyst at Gasoline Price Tracker, Gas Buddy, whatever, said that typically refineries have at least a few days supply of crude oil on hand that will insulate them from immediate impacts from the shutdown. But if the shutdown continues more than a few days or a week, it could become problematic. We have enough refineries that we should be fine. But again, it's all about making as much money as humanly possible. What's crazy though, an employee working on the site near Fort Ransom heard a mechanical bang and shut down the pipeline within about 2 minutes. Well, did somebody hear a mechanical bang and shut down the pipeline? Or did somebody notice a drop in pressure and shut down the pipeline? They have given us 2 completely different reasons on why they shut down the pipeline. And how do we know that either of those are true? Especially when they're telling us that the spill happened about 60 miles southwest of Fargo in a town of about 100 people in an agricultural field. Where do we have proof? And it's always interesting that these things happen in areas where there are no witnesses to these things. But again, this one article has given us 2 completely different reasons on why they shut down the Keystone Pipeline. All right. Now it says here, they say oil surfaced about 300 yards south of a pump station in a field and emergency personnel responded. No people or structures were affected by the spill. A nearby stream that only flows during part of the year was not affected, but was blocked off and isolated as a precaution. The Pipelines and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration is sending a team to investigate the cause of the leak. All right. 3 different things we've heard here. 1, that there was a bang. 1, they noticed a drop in pressure. 1, that there's a leak. All right. So that's 3 different things. Now, this is what's crazy to me. This is what's crazy. Where is it? Let's see. Keystone Pipeline was constructed in 2010. It cost $5.2 billion. It goes through Saskatchewan and Manitoba, through North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri to refineries in Illinois, Oklahoma, and Texas. The pipeline was constructed by TC Energy. It is now managed by South Bow as of 2024. So TC Energy had it over the last 15 years, and they've had numerous issues over the last 15 years. So then last year, South Bow takes it over, and there's already been 2 issues that I know of since last year, right? Here is what's absolutely crazy to me. Listen, after a spill, the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration is responsible for investigating the root cause of the issue and any lack of compliance. The agency, wait, it gets better. The agency, which regulates liquid and natural gas pipelines, lost several senior level executives earlier this year as part of President Donald Trump's federal cuts. So what they're trying to say is that for some reason, losing executives is going to be why these things have happened and why it's going to take time to fix it, because they don't have enough people out in the field. What does it have to do with the executives? Why did we need to bring up President Donald Trump and his layoffs for this? This has nothing to do with that. See, you got to be real careful with these things. It's very interesting to me, the things that they sneak in there to get things going in your mind that, oh, this is Trump's fault. Okay, number one. Oh, the cost of everything's going to go through the roof. I need to go out and spend a lot of money right now and buy a bunch of stuff before this pipeline issue affects my grocery stores. Oh, I need to rush out to the gas station and fill up all my tanks right now and maybe get some extra gas before the prices go up at the pump. Listen, this is the same play over and over and over, just a different playbook each time. It's the same thing though. C-19, this. Last time there was this. When there's a storm coming, same thing. When there is a drought coming, same thing. When there's a bird flu, same thing. It is always the same play, just whatever book they're going to pull it out of for the day. The Pipeline Safety Trust said this latest leak adds to the troubled history of the Keystone Pipeline, which has had 13 significant incidents in the 15 years it has been operating. Just keep in mind that they gave us 3 things that they said, or 3 different things they said happened to this pipeline. Which one was it? Was there a loud bang and they shut it off? Was there a pressure drop and they shut it off? Or did somebody notice a spill and so they shut it off? 3 different things. These things stick in my brain, right? The other thing is with the tariffs and everything that's going on, where are we going to now have to rely on pulling in more crude oil from another country? And so now the tariffs are going to be like a bartering tool or whatnot. There's a lot going on here, but I just want everybody to be aware of stuff like this when it happens, because it's not going to get a ton of attention. But when I see things like this, my brain goes, it's interesting timing there, and the way that these things are phrased and the things that they're saying that don't add up. These are things we need to pay attention to, because at the end of the day, this affects your pocket, your bank account. So don't be fooled when the gas prices go up and the grocery store prices go up. It should not happen. But it's all about profit over people every single day, all the time. And they're going to blame it on the politics. They're going to blame it on Trump and the layoffs that have occurred because of DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, and things like that. They're going to blame it on tariffs, even though tariffs have not really taken effect into anything that's really been imported or exported yet. There should be no reason for skyrocketing prices because of tariffs. There should actually be prices going down because of said tariffs once it does occur. But these are things we have to pay attention to. So Squirrel Tribe, hopefully you got some sort of information out of this that will be helpful to you. If not, we'll try again on the next one. I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.